Mm-hmm. And we're live.
Hey,
I was able to hit the live button twice. That was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
It worked. It worked.
So how was everybody tonight?
I am doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Getting a lot written this week.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Oh, there we go.
There she is.
Are we live?
We is
Yes.
live.
Sorry.
We're live.
It's okay. You were so
I had rebooted my computer, and you know how that is. It has to do a bunch of updates.
a likely story.
Yeah.
You were engrossed in the debate, wrapped and listening to both gentlemen. On
No. I already know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
No, I will admit I was surprised by how the debate is going.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
That's scary. This is the man who liked Poltergeist.
It was a better movie than that debate.
And he's surprised.
No,
We should have reviewed that.
I will. I don't want to get into politics, but I will say I was pleasantly shocked that the two CNN commentators are being very fair to both candidates and are asking both candidates very tough questions. You know, I was afraid that it would be like, Mr. Trump, what about January 6th? Joe, do you like vanilla or chocolate ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was surprised too. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. And I honestly think they're doing a much better job than anybody gave them credit for. So,
Well, there's no audience.
yeah.
That's something else.
Yeah.
Well, I know people watching.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Doc.
Thank
Hey,
you,
friends.
Tony and Doc, for
Hey.
giving up on the debate and watching us.
Yeah.
One is fun, and
Well, you could watch. You could sit there and watch two old guys making fun of things and argue and insult each other, or they can watch three old guys and a hot chick argue and debate about two movies. So,
wait, am I the hot chick?
I won't tell you what somebody sent me, but
Oh.
I might read it. It
Oh.
says,
oh,
the debate reminds me of two dementia patients arguing while sundowning. God help us all.
How? I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny.
No, it's terrible,
We're in
but
some
I
trouble.
mean, we're in a no-win situation is what I think. So,
well, I don't agree, but we won't go.
Doc's already hitting the shooters.
Oh no, Doc! I drink later tonight. Oh my God! Look what Ash said.
oh, I can't even imagine.
Love you guys, but I'm watching Biden pick his nose.
Well,
What if
again, let's not get political here.
No.
We can.
we can all
I
pick our
also-
noses?
I
If you wanna
we can
watch
talk
it, Dan.
about the HOTD.
Hey, Dan.
And
Hey Dan, HOTD.
And House
Oh,
of
the
Dragons.
Dragons.
If we
Oh,
want to get political, I will go all there. I am all in with that.
well,
I gotta
we can do
admit-
whatever.
do whatever, but I've not seen the first two seasons. I didn't bother watching the first two episodes of season 3. So,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Well, obviously you don't know your fan base because everybody out there is watching this show.
I know, but I don't have time for series.
Well,
Seriously?
go for it.
Are we going to do the
Yeah,
dragons
yeah,
first?
Sure.
Let's do it at the end because we have more people show up that.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Who's doing the
Well, now-
the first movie? Not it.
Right.
All right. Well, I'll do Under Paris since I'm the one that picked it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hallie
All
picked
right.
Deep Fear. So I think Hallie should do Deep Fear.
I agree.
Who votes on that? Say aye. Aye.
Okay.
So
That
Scott,
democracy
you go
works.
first.
I'll go first. I'll tell you something. When I first watched Under Paris about 2 weeks ago, I didn't like it. I rewatched it last night.
Oh,
for this
you
show.
rewatched it. You rewatched it. Oh.
I rewatched
You're-
it. No. Now, wait a minute. Just bear with me.
You're a glutton. You're a glutton for
We're watching
punishment.
the
Bear
debate.
with me. Okay. the whole thing takes place. There's the main female character, Berenice Bejon, plays Sophia.
Wow, that's good.
I know I butchered the name. People in France right now are going, "Oh, what an idiot!"
Sounded sexy to me. So I think you're probably right.
The movie opens. She's part of this environmental Greenpeace, climate change crew, who are tracking, which I never understood this. They're tracking a shark who's underneath that large, massive plastic island in the middle of the Atlantic or the Pacific. And the shark that they were tracking winds up attacking and killing her entire crew. She's the only one who barely survives. Jump ahead a few years. She's now working at a university. All right. She's now working at a university, and these two young girls, teenagers, come up to her. They're part of the Green Earth movement. They have started tracking the shark again. And this time, the shark has made its way from the Pacific to the Atlantic and now lives in the Seine River. The only thing is, this shark has, I don't want to say mutated, but has, what did Darwin call it?
Evolved.
Thank you. This shark has evolved to be able to live in the clear water of the Seine. From here on in, the movie gets bizarre. The shark's living in the Seine. The mayor, who is like completely blind, totally stupid, is going to be having a swimming triathlon in the Seine River. And everybody who tells her, if you do this, you're going to get everybody killed, she ignores them. Sounds like a certain mayor in a Martha's Vineyard type town that we know about from 50 years ago. And
Open beaches.
Of course, you find out that this shark has had dozens of babies. And about the first 45 minutes are boring. About halfway through, when they start hunting down the sharks, it starts to get really good. And then the end of it is just, it gets strangely over the top. That's all I'll say. I liked the movie for what it was. It was like Meg, not as well done, but it was like Meg 2. The whole thing was sharks in the Seine. Yeah, you had to suspend belief. Yes, the fact that the explosives left over from World War II that nobody ever thought to pick up in the past 80 years are like blowing themselves up when the sharks swim by. It was all stupid, but I enjoyed it. It was a fun action film. I love the scene. It was a fun action film. I love the scene when the shark starts eating all the Greenpeace kids in the sewer system, and they're trying to escape. And when the shark appears during the triathlon, that's just, it's fun. It's like they're swimming along, and then this guy disappears, and then this guy disappears, and then this guy disappears. The only thing about the movie that really just, I had to take like 5 aspirin, was every 5 minutes they're hitting you over the head. Climate warming, boom. Pollution, boom. It was just sort of like, yeah, we get the idea. You guys like to clean the planet and do all the cool, nice things. Thank you. But the whole thing of the movie is you screwed up and everybody got eaten by sharks.
And not in a good way.
The first time I saw it, I really didn't like it. When I rewatched it, it's a good, well-made B-grade action movie. Tear me to shreds like a shark.
I can see Rich up there. He's going.
Would you like me to?
I guess Mr. Snarky Pants is back.
Oh, I am so much dumber for watching this movie. It was so bad. I have never seen in any movie ever people make the worst decisions possible every single time.
Well,
I mean, every single decision they made. Now, they did have some nifty little shark special effects, even though it was utterly ridiculous that a shark would come in and grab somebody and bite them, and then all the other sharks would come in, and the guy's screaming underwater for like 20 seconds. I'm like, that's not how shit works. You can't do that. But hey, what do I know? I'm just me. You've directed a movie, so don't watch this film. Don't watch it. It was bad. It was really, really bad. We had 2 shark movies for Shark Week this week, and I'm going to go against the grain, I think, because this one is so far and away so terrible, and the other one was. We'll get to the other one in a minute. I have things to say about that too, but this particular movie, it took everything I like in a movie. Like, one of the best things about a movie where people end up dying is they make the right decisions and it doesn't matter. And you just, no matter what you do, you go left, you're dead. You go, you're right, you're dead. This movie, they were like, let me jump in the water with the man-eating shark because I can save the guy that's 200 yards over there, and I can swim, faster than the fastest fish in the ocean, a friggin' mako shark. I mean, come on. And then, of course, the mommy shark is mutated, and then you've got paragenesis on the little sharks that are born. They're born pregnant. They don't need dude sharks. They only need, mom to give birth. And so it's going to be this giant ecological crisis, end of mankind, because, I don't know, sharks. So I don't have a lot of nice things to say about this. And Ash, there were no boobs, so don't watch it. Don't bother. It was no good. It was just bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alan, Hadley. Feel free.
Do you want to go, Hadley?
Okay, these are the worst French talking Americans I've ever seen. I was like, where are they? Why are they American? Why are they in France? I don't understand this. Was this filmed in Canada? What the fuck? So that was my biggest roadblock to get over, was the French people aren't French at all. My French accent could probably pass for theirs, which is terrible. But yeah, so I'm sorry. Boudreaux just barked at me because he's stuck in the bedroom because he wouldn't come out.
Probably saw the movie too.
He did. I've had it on today, and they were watching it, and they were not impressed either. We think Fred's a better shark than the one in this movie.
Oh, honestly, if you put a little fake fin on Fred, he would have been so much more interesting.
Yeah.
I did get tickled at a couple of scenes. They'd be having this super dramatic talk, and in the background, you see the fin go by. But it wasn't funny, and it wasn't so bad it was funny. So definitely wasn't good. It was just kind of lacking. I'm very distressed that these are the best shark movies I could find this year that were new. I mean, we talk about they can't make a good Bigfoot or werewolf movie, but by God, they have done good shark movies. So I was let down by this. Alan?
This one was, the first half of it is really boring. The first half of this movie. Then the second half picks up like an asylum movie. It just goes into asylum movie mode. These sharks mutating. They, like I said, they don't need a mate to breed, and they're just instantly, good sized sharks. I loved it when the environmentalists, the 2 gals, got eaten by the sharks. Because they were so dumb. They disabled the tracking device on the sharks, so the cops almost got killed. And then I'm giving. If you haven't seen it, you're not going to see it.
Watch
it's a shitty movie. It's all the cops get killed. All the good guys get killed. I mean, it's just, and I think the mayor got killed. I'm not sure. She fell in the water.
Yes. Yeah, but she had to get killed. She was
Oh, she had to get killed. Yeah. That's nice. It must be nice to have a drink caddy. Well, nothing happens to me, Rich.
I use the force.
But the second half of it plays out like a cheap sci-fi movie. The first half is like this French, drama. We got a shark, and it's like no big deal. Oh yeah, we got sharks in the Seine all the time. Yeah, I hear that on the news every day. And then it played out like a cheap sci-fi movie, which that part was kind of fun to watch. I'm not saying you should watch it, but it was kind of fun to watch because they were just constantly getting eaten and the bombs going off and everything. And then the end, I thought the end was the best part of the movie, not just because it was over, but I thought the ending was like, wow, that's kind of cool. The ending's really downbeat, and I thought that was the perfect ending for this movie. They're surrounded by sharks, these mutating sharks.
At the end of the movie, I'm going to say something that may wreck it for some people. I don't know. How was there a tsunami?
Thank you. That was my only question.
How did that happen? Because I had the cat on my lap, the dogs were playing, I had a couple of beers. How the hell did that happen? Because I saw the shells blow up in the Seine. Right. I saw sharks all around, and mama shark swimming, and then all of a sudden, France is underwater. Paris is underwater.
Oh yeah. Well, they blew up. They blew up. They because of the shells and stuff in the water. Mm-hmm. They blew up the famous La Fleuve dam, so it flooded.
How did I not see that?
France.
Probably because I was so bored.
No, because I didn't show them blow up the dam. I don't remember seeing the dam blow up.
Yeah, the La Fleuve dam. Oh, I don't know. I just made that name up. I don't know either.
I got that.
I know. I was like, where'd these waves come from? What the hell? So yeah, I'm full of shit. But but I did think the ending was great when they're laying on the top of the building, the two main characters, and he's like, "Is it over?" And she's like, "Your eyes."
Let's be nice though for one thing. They did have a few homages to Jaws. Yeah. Like the fact that the mayor was a complete jerk and idiot and wouldn't listen to them. And the scene in the Seine when the mama shark comes up and she's dragging the three floating balls with her, like the three barrels from Jaws. Yeah. So at least they gave a nod to us, but it was no Jaws.
No, it was no Jaws. It was no Jaws 4.
So nothing Jaws. Jaws is the pinnacle of movies in our day. But I just looked up, where did the tsunami come from? And people love this movie. I must have seen 15 or 20 posts on Reddit saying, "Oh, it was great. It was better than this. It was better. It was fantastic. It was like Jaws 2." I'm like, what? What? Morons? What?
Oh. I think people enjoyed it because, as horrible as the script was and the dubbing was stupid, you kind of got to admit the special effects were pretty good.
I was so mired and bogged down in I shouldn't swear, in crappy decisions made by the characters that I couldn't focus on the special effects.
But like Dan said, they're French. They're going to make crappy decisions.
I mean, okay.
But they weren't. They were Canadian.
Yeah. Well, regardless.
Even better.
And I know. If you guys remember, I suggested, but Hadley shot me down, Sharknado.
I had suggested Sharknado because it's the 100th or the 100th. Seems like 100 years, but 10-year anniversary. It's the 10-year anniversary of Sharknado.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to do it. It was on my list.
Dan,
no one pulled for it, so just moved on.
So what do we rate this one?
I don't know. I'll go ahead and give this one a 0.1. It's not worth a 0, but it's certainly not worth a 1 or a 0.5 or even a 0.2. It was awful.
I'm going to have to give it pretty low too, Scott, because I couldn't get past the fact they weren't in France. That all the actors were very much not French. They didn't have accents, and I just couldn't get over that. So I'm going to have to give it a 2.
But wait a minute. The actors were dubbed.
Were they? I couldn't even tell.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, they did not.
It was
speak
so
French.
not interesting. I didn't pay attention.
Those actors would dub, then yes, the dubbing sucked on those. But
No,
yeah, if you look up
it
IMDb,
didn't.
all the actors have French names.
I'll give it a 1.
Oh man, I'm gonna give it a 2.5. But then this is the guy that picked Poltergeist and Thanksgiving, so
It was just that. It was just, I don't know, like Rich said, it was mired. You know, you're just mired in the bad decisions and the bad script. You know, it's not even a parody.
no,
You
no.
You don't
But-
jump in the water when there's sharks. I don't care who you are. You don't do it. You know what
Well,
else you
activist
don't
chick.
do is you don't jump in the water when there's mutated sharks. Austin Powers, come on, mutated
There you
sea
go.
bass, come on.
With
French
freaking lasers. No, and when that environmentalist chick, she jumps in the water and you know, she's like, the shark, oh, come here, shark. Oh, she's petting the shark, you know, and then he eats her. You know what she thinks gonna happen? You know? Dang. I like that though. That was good.
Well,
That
I
was
just protected
definitely a
him.
nod to Deep Blue Sea when he came
See,
out.
I pretended she was Greta Thunberg, so it was like, yeah.
Yeah, her character was pretty annoying, and I'm glad when she met her demise.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but her little girlfriend
We were
wasn't so
rooting for
terrible.
the.
No,
Rooting
her
for the
girlfriend,
Yeah, you're right.
her girlfriend was good. She was smart.
Yeah.
She was sweet, but
Yeah.
like you said, it's
Yeah,
like I think like 2 people in the cast survived.
Oh yeah, they killed everybody. You know, I think except for like the police chief and the 2 main characters. I think everybody else got killed. You know.
And this
Good.
movie was no wait a minute. This movie was not cheaply made. It was they spent 25 million euros making this movie.
Why couldn't they just give that
I
to
should have
me?
spent rubles. 25 million rubles.
Oh,
If they had
Moscow
given me the
shark.
25 million euros, I just would have got like a shark on a stick and some little action figures and gone, "Ah," and you guys would have loved it way better.
I'm in for that. I'm in for that. Well, shall we move on to the Deep Fear, Hadley?
We can. So I thought Deep Fear would be good because it looked like it had a thriller aspect to it. Well, yet once again, I'm rooting for the sharks when it came to this movie. It started off with Naomi. She's this yachtswoman, and she's on a solo trip to meet her boyfriend in Grenada. Something happens. There's a storm. She goes off course. The boyfriend has her on a little blip thing, so I mean, he knew where she was. But she finds these people. I think it was 3 of them starting out, but
Yeah.
it was Jose. Was it Jose, Tomas,
And
and
Jose.
Maria? Yeah, and Naomi, and they are pretending that they're not bad people, but it turns out they're pirates, and they're trying to get this cocaine that was in a crash. And sorry, my dogs are starting to talk to me. Boudreaux's locked in the bedroom, and he's fussing, and Wilson's having none of it. So if the background noise is them. But yeah, so this movie was, I really don't even know. I watched it, but I can't tell y'all. It's been about a week, and I don't remember anything about it other than the Sharks deserve to win.
I just watched it tonight. If you want me to give the lowdown,
Please,
Yeah, I watched
please
it
do.
today.
so just like
And
Hadley
I'm gonna go let Boo out of the bedroom before he barks.
Yeah, she's letting Boudreaux out of the bedroom.
there's an Eva Mendes
lets the dogs
lookalike,
out.
and she's supposed to be the hot chick.
Yeah.
She's on the boat. It's a sailboat. There's a storm coming. It's like a major, like almost hurricane storm. She comes across these 2 people in the water in some wreckage. Of course, she saves the people. First thing the guy does is pull out a gun and say, "Hey, we're the bad guys. There's a bunch of drugs down there. Oh, no, actually, that didn't happen. I stand corrected. They had to go and the woman who's in she's from 30 Coins.
30 coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, my brother's down there. You got to go dive and save him. We have to save him." So the Eva Mendes lookalike chick goes down, saves the brother, brings him up, and then it's gun to the head. Hey, there's a bunch of cocaine down there. You got to go get our cocaine. So she goes diving again with the not brother, and the not brother gets killed by, shockingly, a mako shark. The rest of the movie is about the bad guys trying to get the good girl to go and get the drugs down below and bring them up, and the sharks are in the way. This is not a shark movie. This is absolutely not a shark movie. At least the other movie, and I won't say has it going for it. I was about to say that. At least the other movie was a shark movie. This isn't. This is more of a sort of one of those drug trapped movies where the bad guys need to get their drugs and they need you to do it, and that's the girl. So she sort of has this tracker on the boat. Her boyfriend knows that there's a storm coming. He comes to go and save her. There's a little battle on the boat. She dives again with the bad guy, and then she sends her tanks up such that the sharks will go after the bad guy. They eat the bad guy. She gets on the boat. A few other things happen. Bad girl ends up in the water. Later on, gets out and does bad things again. She tries to strangle, what's her name? I don't know what her name was. She's looking
Naomi.
Like Naomi, right?
Naomi.
Tries to strangle Naomi, and a boyfriend shoots her with a flare. And she's in the water, sinking, not dead, with the flare. And of course, no sharks come and tear her apart. I'm like, oh, she's finally going to get hers, and the sharks are going to come in and get her. Nope, didn't happen.
Sharks don't like fried food.
Yeah, I guess not. So honestly, this movie is 1,000 times better than the other one, but it's still not a great movie. It's nothing I'll ever watch again. But like I said, it's better than the other flick. So I'll let you guys take it from there.
I disagree with you, Rich.
Please do.
This one was so freaking boring. I'm not saying that Under Paris is a good movie by any means, but this movie was so freaking boring to get to anything, And then you had poor Ed Westwick from Gossip Girl. I used to watch Gossip Girl with my daughter. She loved that show. We used to watch it together. He was the bad guy on there, but it was just like you said, the scene where the bad chick from 30 Coins gets shot with the flare gun. That was kind of a cool death, right? Kind of. They could have made it really, she just had a red hole in her. They could have made her flame up and whatever. And then I was expecting the shark to come in there and grab her and take her away, But no, I guess they didn't want to pay for the CGI or whatever on that, But that would have been cool. That would have made this movie. It would have gave me a quarter of a point more for this movie if they did that. But it was just so freaking boring. It dealt with the chicks. I mean, we all lost a parent, with her loss of her parent and all that. That was, but it dealt with that loss of her dad, and then her romance with Ed, and then this stupid cocaine thing, and it's like, and the one of the bad guys gets killed right away when they go after they rescue Hose B. I think Jose gets eaten right away. Remember, they're coming up and he gets eaten right away. So there's not a whole lot of people to be eaten by sharks in this either. Yeah. I love movies where you have a plethora of people get eaten. Like Under Paris, you had they had a banquet. They had a freaking piñata full of people. I don't know what I'm doing with the Three Amigos. Anyway, this movie sucked.
Do you have tacos for dinner?
No, I haven't eaten dinner yet. This movie sucked. It was so boring. You had the influencer chick. She looked like an influencer off TikTok as the main star, and anytime Ash would have loved this. Anytime she got to take her shirt off or whatever, she could. At least my wife pointed that out to me. I didn't know.
Remember those.
Yeah, I don't know. This movie just sucked. This movie sucked. It sucked. It sucked. It sucked. It sucked. No reflection on you, Hadley, because the poster looked pretty cool. But
it was deceptive.
it was very deceptive. Very deceptive.
I will say
that's my 2 cents.
So when she got shot with the flare, she's like, oh,
Yeah.
I've been shot with a flare, and then she falls over. I'm pretty sure that 1800-degree flare burning in her midsection would cause her a little bit of pain, and she'd be like, oh, the pain, before she fell it, and there was none of that either. So that kind of turned me off a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. I'm sorry I interrupted.
You're good. You're good. Who else? Who else has something to say about this?
I agree with Rich. This was not a shock movie. This was a crime drama or a thriller with shocks that happened to be on the side of the good guys. I didn't hate the movie. I thought it was okay. I liked the bad chick. I liked that when the boyfriend's tied up and he goes, "You know how to drive a boat, don't you?" She goes, "Of course I do." She says, "But I need her to go in the water. That's where it's dangerous." I will never watch it again. I'm not going to really highly recommend it. There's nothing that's like, oh, but this scene makes up for everything else.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a pick that was like somewhat entertaining. We could have done better.
Well, in my defense, there have been a number of shark attacks on the Gulf Coast. So I was just wanting to watch some new shark movies we hadn't seen. And we hadn't seen these.
Yeah.
And they're coming out with a Uncaged 3 that's supposed to come out this summer, but it's not out yet. So it's just kind of fell on these two.
There was an Uncaged 1 and 2. What's Uncaged?
Or 47 meters down.
Oh,
okay.
That I
Well,
never
it's
saw
hard.
that, but
It's
I have
hard
heard of it.
with shark movies. It really is. There's so many bad. It's like Werewolf and Bigfoot movies. There's so many bad ones out there.
Well,
Yeah.
there's one with like 4 girls, and they have someone gets bit, and they're trying to get back, and then they wreck their boat. I was like, I know I've seen this scene before. And that was the other new one.
We could watch Shark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2-headed shark, 3-headed shark, 4-headed shark, 5-headed shark, 6-headed shark, Santa Jaws, Lava Shark.
Santa Jaws is good. Santa Jaws is a good movie. It's
That
actually
was
a
just
cute
so
movie.
stupid, but I loved it.
Yeah, it was what it was. Hey, I saw a preview for Space Sharks 2. We could have. Too bad that didn't come out.
Oh,
I never
like
saw
horrible.
Space Sharks 1.
Oh,
wait,
that one,
Space
Sharks on the Moon. It's a
No.
sequel to Sharks on the Moon, Moon Sharks or whatever that one.
Sky Sharks?
I think we reviewed it, huh? Not
Yeah,
Sky
is that
Sharks.
the one with is that the one with the Nazi robots flying maneuvering the flying sharks?
No. No, this is one where they're doing experiments with sharks on the moon, and they land on there, and the sharks are mutated, and it's horrible. CGI is just out there.
I do not know.
It's by Sci-Fi Channel or Asylum, right?
No, it's like Glass Eye Pix or one of those, that always puts out those, crab, cocaine crab, those type movies. In fact, you know what? Deep Fear should have been called Cocaine Shark, because there is a scene where the cocaine's flying up and the shark bites it and opens it all up. So and then the main chick says, it's high on cocaine or whatever. It's remember?
Probably high as hell.
Yeah. So that we had a real cocaine shark there, not a paper mache headed guy running around.
Well, there were things about this movie that I thought were interesting.
Do tell.
Yes.
Grenada. This is the first movie I've ever known that's not like a soldier movie that was supposed to be around Grenada. I thought that was an interesting concept.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I agree. An interesting concept.
And I don't know what woman in that area of the world would go solo yachting.
Well, apparently what's her face with Mona? What's her
Naomi?
name? Mona, Moya,
Naomi.
Naomi. Thank
Naomi.
you, thank you.
Keep forgetting.
Yeah, keep forgetting. Apparently, swimsuit models do that a lot. I guess I don't know. It wasn't,
Well, when I was a swimsuit model, I used to do that all the time. So.
Oh well, I'm sorry. I stand corrected, sir.
Richard looks awesome in a bikini.
I was agreeing with you.
No, but I'm serious. I
bet
mean,
you were-
in that area of the world, aren't they known for like lawlessness and a lot of militant types? So why would a woman go yachting alone?
Oh yeah,
I don't think so.
An excellent
that
point.
was kind of silly. But she had a tracky doodad, like you said, that
Yeah,
her boyfriend had. So a beep beep thing. So
the beep beep
One
thing.
thing about the movie was we never did see the storm, did we?
No.
It was nighttime when she was sleeping because
Yeah.
she couldn't go diving a third time, and so
Yeah.
this enormous hurricane that was gonna, change the face of the planet was like, and it was over. So
climate change.
I never got
Rich,
that.
did you just do a hawk tour?
Yeah, talk about an explosive meme.
Somebody had to bring that in.
We got to make Rich a meme now.
Oh, please.
I'll send a T-shirt to the person that comes up with the best one.
There we go.
Hawk to a meme.
The meme, the Hawk Tua meme, in the Hawk Tua memes.
I'll post it everywhere. Good Lord.
Oh,
So anyway,
well, that poor
what are we
gal,
giving this
she
movie?
got fired from her job too.
Oh, did she?
Really? Why?
Yeah,
Because of that?
she's a preschool. She's some kind of teacher. That's
Oh,
I
why.
didn't know that.
I can see that. Plus, I've
Yeah.
heard her
Yeah.
father's a pastor.
Yeah, I think so. Because there was a parody meme about her dad being a pastor, and I forgot the dad's name was something. Her name was like her name's not this name, but in the meme it was Kimmy Moorhead, and the dad was something Moorhead. And that was a parody meme. So I don't know if he really is a pastor in real life, but in that meme that went around, he is. But she really did get fired for that. And
Well, I can
guess
see if
she's
she
gonna-
said
That's
that.
you gotta watch what you say when you're in certain positions, certain
Well, I
certain
lost
jobs,
it,
careers.
Londa. I lost it when Alan mentioned her last name.
Well, they had her first name as Kimmy Moorhead, so say that
Yeah.
really fast.
Sorry.
I don't know where this train derailed, but we got to get it back on the track.
Sorry.
Hey,
Sorry.
I still got the mind of the maturity of a 12-year-old. So
Well,
Hey, I buy my soap by the monsters that are on the cover.
you use soap? Oh, that's an idea. All right.
All right, what are we giving this one?
I'm gonna give this one a 1.
I'm going to give it a 2. I mean, it was well filmed. It was fairly well acted. It wasn't incredibly boring. It just fell flat.
Oh, it was incredibly boring. I do not concur, sir.
What about you, boss?
I'm gonna give it a 2.
She agrees with me.
I'm giving it a 2 because I've seen worse.
I will give it a 1.5 because that's 15 times greater than the last movie that we watched.
I would watch the last half of the first movie we watched before I'd watch this one again.
No, never.
Yeah.
I will never watch either of these movies again. Honestly, I wish I could strike it from my memory somehow. If there was like
did.
a memory eraser, I should just keep drinking these, and maybe I'll forget I ever watched those horrible things. Good Lord.
We've seen some bad movies on here.
Yes.
We have seen some
I
bad
know.
movies.
Hey, I've got a pick for the next time we do the worst movie. The next time we do the worst movie, I've got a pick that's going to make every other movie I pick look like an Academy Award.
You know, that's just going to encourage them to find something worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Bambi.
No, that's
All you gotta
that's
do.
brilliant, Phil. The first
All you
time I
gotta
saw
do-
that, I laughed for 5 minutes straight.
I saw that on the Bob Wilkins horror. He's like creature feature guy, but there in California on the West Coast. He used to smoke this big stogie and he had these black rim glasses, and he goes, now I'm going to show Bambi versus Godzilla. And I'm like, I'm probably junior high. I'm like, yeah.
Sorry. Just thinking of it.
But, to find the worst movies, all we got to do, you three, or you two, because Rich already has his pick, or Scott already has his pick, go to Glass Eye Picks movie catalog. That company makes the cruddiest, the worst, horrible trash. Any trashy movie we've seen is probably made by Glass Eye Picks, or they make all those shark movies and stuff.
I'm sorry.
Exorcist
I'm
shark.
on this comment.
Oh, we can go back.
That's what.
That's so
Fred
horrible.
Yeah, but
That's horrible, Landa.
Fred is over there on the sofa. He's mad because I leashed him up for a few minutes. Look at the eyes staring at me.
Yeah, he's giving you.
Hey, Max.
So,
Maxie, how you doing?
Hey, Max.
did we all vote?
Yes.
I think so.
Are you ready to go into episode 2 of Hot D?
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
Okay, well, again, I'm not really the one that sets things up like y'all do because y'all like really study things, and I'm just like a spastic kid. But oh my god, it was incredible. This was the next show after the big bad thing that happened at the end of episode 1. And I thought it was fascinating and interesting and very telling. And yet again, Sir Christian Cole is just too much.
An asshole.
He is more than just an asshole. Because
That's
at
true.
least assholes take accountability for their actions. And when he went in and blamed that the green supporter twin, that
Eric
was just
and Eric.
it was okay. See, you know their names, I don't. But so Eric and who?
Eric. One spelled with an E, one spelled with an A, and I don't know which side the A or E was, but yeah, there's
Okay,
an Eric
well,
and then an Eric.
the one who stayed and not the one who left. He just was minding his business, eating his lunch, and asshole comes in and just set upon him. Where were you? Where were you? Well, he didn't say where he was now, did he?
No, 'cause he was having fun.
I know where he was.
And I know that some people don't agree with me. I don't think Allison's evil. I think that she is a resentful wannabe, and that makes her pretty bad.
Well, I think those two
she's
could sit
loathsome.
down.
I think what she did was loathsome.
Yeah. Well, I think those two could sit down and hash it out if they didn't have all these other people around them that are doing this bullshit.
Not anymore. But before
No,
the
not
children
anymore.
died, before what happened. I agree with you. They could have just sat down, bounced everybody, and ruled the kingdom together. But not now. Now there's actual hatred there. At least I think so, because neither of the deaths were the women's fault. It was just, the death last year in the last season with Dragon on Dragon, and they killed the boy. That was the dragon. It was kind of the dragon's fault. And this year it was a bad hit. I don't know how else to say it. It was a poor assassination, and they got the wrong person. And she didn't know about it.
No, that scene where all those looks were being shot across the table.
Yeah.
And she
Dr.
finally
Who's
looked
just
at
sitting
him.
there.
I don't know.
Wasn't me.
Who, me? It wasn't me. I didn't say that. Oh my God, that was great. Just
Doctor Who was in it?
Yeah, Matt Smith.
Yeah, Matt
He
Smith.
plays the bad guy.
Oh.
Yeah. And he does a good job.
Is he the
He's
bad
great.
guy though? He's
Well,
not a good guy. But is he?
He's not a good guy. He's in it for himself.
He's kind of an anti-hero, I think. I thought he was gonna be the bad guy, but I don't think he is. I think
him.
Kristen is the bad guy.
Kristen's a bad guy.
Well, yeah, Kristen's definitely a bad guy. But I mean, and you like Matt Smith's character. You do.
Yeah.
But I mean, he killed, his wife killed himself or herself. And then, he went behind his wife's back, which, I could see guys, I would do that for my wife. If something like that happened, I would send somebody, but I don't think I would kill a baby. I wouldn't.
I don't think he said kills a baby.
No, but he said he did not say that. He was okay with whatever happened, I think. And his expressions, like Landa said, that was funny. When he was sitting there at the table, like, yeah, he's kind of got a smirk on his face where everybody else is upset, and he's like,
"How about them dragons?"
And she looks over at him, and she's like, "Okay, okay."
But I think she was kind of hard on him too about, you're just using me as a tool. And I'm like, wait, didn't you approach him? She went to him to marry her. She, pawned off her gay husband and sent him off with his lover and faked his death so she could marry her uncle. I mean, come on, did she forget all that?
Yeah, that sounds very wrong. That's great. The Targaryens, they are so incestuous, and it's hilarious when you're watching it. It's like her dad's the other kids are her brothers too, and all. I mean, it's just hilarious.
But and I'm gonna say this because this is another thing that bothers me. Why wasn't she nicer to her siblings? That if she had any type of relationship with them, then there would have been a different dynamic. There would have been some willingness to talk to each other. But I've seen families do it where they just one family member doesn't like one family member, and so they make it hard on the other, and then the other hears, the kids hear the parents talk about it, and then they form their own, and before you know it, it's like everybody's got sides, and it's just this great big conflict. But there are no dragons involved. Add dragons and you got problems, dude.
Yeah. Now they're not brother and sister, they're uncle and niece, right? Damon and
Rhaenyra, but Rhaenyra's brothers, she chose not to have a relationship with them.
Right, but I mean, they're uncle and niece married, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha. He's an uncle husband. Sounds like he's from sounds like he's from Justified.
I think they put you in prison over here if you do that kind of thing.
Yep.
Not down south.
Well, I think that you have to, and for me, this is what I think of. I think of the Targaryens are not human. There's something else.
Yeah. There's something, yeah.
Dragonborn.
Now Max says he liked to see Otto get canned, but I like Otto Hightower's character.
Oh, so
it was
again,
the
not
best
a good
scene
guy.
of the show was him.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best acted characters. Him and Matt Smith are just fantastic. But he's definitely not a good guy. I think a lot of the other people that have been in that position of the Hand of the King have been out for the realm. They want to make sure that the realm succeeds. This guy's out for himself, purely himself, and vicariously through his daughter, he has achieved that. I mean, he was the hand for the last 3 kings, they said, right? So he's outlived 3 kings.
I like his character. Have you ever seen the movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
No.
He was the kicker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I
wiry.
love that movie, actually.
Yeah, he's a kicker, and so he's come along. I mean, his from that comic character to this, because I think his acting is really good in this.
Well, it's dead
You know,
on. I mean, you don't like him, but I mean, I think we all kind of reveled when he went off on Aegon.
yeah,
I mean, it was just such a good scene. And when he just kind of laughed and he said, "Is that what you thought?" It was so cold, and it cut that kid to the quick
oh
because
yeah,
he's got daddy issues out the wazoo, and you remember when he was on the way to the keep for the coronation, he said, "I don't want to be king, but your father wanted you to," and he was like, "He did." Like,
yeah,
daddy loved me after all, you know? And,
yeah, and
so that was
and
really
then
like just taking a knife to him.
so when Otto got fired, I guess he had egg on his face.
It's so funny. Dad
Sorry.
jokes. Dad
Well,
jokes.
when he was, remember last season when he was standing in the window and he was pleasuring himself in the window, he was putting egg on other people's faces.
Well,
Oh,
he's not a good guy, and I mean, I think we need to remember that, in the first season he raped someone. He
Yeah,
assaulted people.
he's horrible. I'm not laughing at that. I was laughing at my joke, but yeah, he's horrible. He's a horrible person. He's a weak, horrible person, and now he's trying to be strong because, his feelings are all hurt.
Yeah, he got his feet. Well, I mean, I do believe he loved his son, and I think that he was trying to give the son the love he never got. But I mean, that's one of the things that when we're looking at the characters, I mean, like he's sitting there having a moment and needing a hug from mom, and she just looked at him and walked out of the room. You know, and
he
she's
never even saw
terrible.
he was there. He
She's
never saw him.
terrible. She's terrible. Um, but I loved. There's just little things that I just really love that they did, and one was how like right after which the timeline on these affairs is very confusing to me because I swear they just buried Viserys, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
it
so
seemed like it.
so her and Kristen Cole, man, just don't know. I don't know how long they've been going at it or not, but it doesn't seem like an appropriate amount of time. But I loved how they tried to seem like they were guilty and they just couldn't, you know, forgive themselves for what happened. And then by the end of the episode, they're in bed again, you know?
Yeah,
And it's not because they love each other. It's just that they're feeding some part of the other's ego. But
yeah.
just getting laid.
You really hated, huh?
They said they're just getting laid.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's no love. Yeah.
and you really hated Christian Cole when he sent Eric to kill her, and you knew Eric was gonna die, and then Eric and Eric fought each other, and that was sad. I like that character. I like those two characters, the twins, but
So as soon
it really
as
made you
they
hate
split,
Christian Cole.
as soon as they split, and one twin went one way and the other twin went the other way, I knew exactly that was going to happen. It was the picture was painted. I was really hoping it wouldn't happen, but the moment the moment Kristen said, hey, yeah, go kill her, I was like, damn it! I was really hoping that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to rewind to when they were taking the kid to the pit to get cremated, and they got stuck in the street
Yeah.
on that. Oh my god! I thought that baby's head was going to roll off.
I
I
know.
was
I thought
waiting
it was
for
gonna
it.
fall in the mud.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, yeah, I thought so too.
And I just feel so bad for the mother. She really. First off, she plays batshit crazy great.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
Her anxiety is just you could just feel it, But
She's kind of an NPC, you know. I thought she's
I
gonna
don't
jump
think.
off or something.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
gonna kill herself.
she's gonna do something. She's not meant for this world.
No.
But
Well,
yeah,
she had to
it's
pick
just.
one of her children to die. That was
Well, she
pretty
didn't in
awful.
this. You know, they played it different.
Yeah.
So they burst in and they said, where, and she pointed right at the kid. She's like, that one. So she sure did. She absolutely did. I'm not
They
saying I
no. They said,
wanted to
"Where's the
kill one
boy?"
kid. I'm sorry?
Yeah.
They said, "Where's the boy?" And she had a boy and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the book she had 3,
I don't remember.
and it was the
Yeah, I don't
2
know.
sons, and she had to pick between the 2 boys.
Mm.
That was how that played there. But yeah, I agree, Max.
Yeah, she's great. She
And I
plays
also
great
agree
as
about
well.
the dog.
Yeah, it was sad.
Maybe it wasn't crying. Maybe it was snickering. You know, like in those cartoon dogs. Maybe it was snickering, like,
Yeah, I don't speak dog. Maybe.
you kicked me. Yeah, like Snidely Whiplash's dog. You know.
Butley.
But yeah, I was really I can't wait to see what they're going to do this season. There's a lot more dragons, and we've got a lot more Targaryens that are supposed to come forward. So
It's
I'm
supposed to be
interested to
really
see.
bloody, right? I mean, the
Yeah,
wars are supposed to be horrific, according to Game of Thrones. You know, those wars were just, blood
Yeah,
against blood and just horrible.
well, this is the one that pretty much took out the dragons. So
yeah. Some of the things they do to the dragons are just, it's pretty bad. I just hope they don't show a lot of it. So
well, I don't think, and y'all just bear with me. I don't think these dragons look as real as the one did in Game of Thrones.
Oh, I was about
they-
to say, I thought the CGI on these dragons wasn't too bad.
I
But
thought it was
Some
pretty
of them are, but some of
apparently
them are
I'm
just.
wrong.
Well, I mean, like, is it Caraxes?
Syraxes.
When he was flying off, like I was like, does he have 3 tails? Because his legs don't even look like legs.
Well, he's long and skinny. He's got that long, skinny neck.
These were his feet, though.
Mm-hmm.
When he's flying off, his back legs look like a tail. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
look
well,
like
he's
a
skinny. He's got skinny legs and a skinny tail, so it's hard to tell the difference.
I guess we really are skinny. He just looks like a chicken, and I don't appreciate that in my dragons.
See what you're missing, Scott?
Yes,
You need to
I
jump
know.
in on this.
Yeah, but now if I start watching season 3, do I have to watch season 1 and 2 to know what's going on?
No, it's this is the second season.
This is only the second season.
Yeah.
All right.
You're getting into you skipped all the stuff that didn't matter. Like the feet.
Hey, Alan, that's great news, Alan.
Yes, it is, Alan.
That's great news.
The feet scene.
That is great.
Yeah, she's got a creepy little guy that will tell her secrets and kill people for her if she just like takes off her shoes.
Yeah.
You should give it a chance, Scott.
All right, I probably will.
I think the first season is like what, 6 episodes or something. It's not a very.
It's like 7,
season, right?
maybe. It's not. Yeah, they're
7?
not.
Yeah.
And they're worth watching. The acting is very good. The thing that I like about these shows is they have really good character development.
Yeah.
All right, I'll probably give it a watch.
The acting is superb as well. You
got me hooked on Matt Smith. I think he's really an underrated actor.
Oh, you'll appreciate him
in
in this.
Yeah.
And the guy that plays Viserys, have you ever watched? You've seen Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, and have you seen? Right, he's in. He's got I forgot what character he plays in Shaun of the Dead. I think he's real quick. But in Hot Fuzz, he's one of the mustache detectives. You know, the 2 mustache detectives that are in there?
Is that
I'll have to look him up. Yeah.
He's in Girl with All the Gifts.
Yeah, that's right. He's the
lead soldier,
the
sergeant
commander.
or whatever in Girl with All the Gifts. I think his name is Patty Constantine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, kids, it's 10 o'clock, so we're going to have to cut it short. But I just want to say that if the Peanut Gallery wants us to continue with Game of Thrones, let's do it. If not, we can skip on to something else. And we are going to be on the 4th of July. So y'all, we're doing a special episode in honor of rest in peace Donald Sutherland. I think we're doing Kelly's Heroes, The Dirty Dozen, and MASH.
Yes.
So, and of course, we'll be talking about Game of Thrones. Hopefully, if y'all will let us.
I even have a shirt. I have a shirt for that too. I
Donald
can finally
Trump.
wear that shirt. Yep.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, kids. Well, we will see y'all next week. Oh, and tomorrow night, if you are around, we've got, of course, Wearing the Thulk is going to be doing their Friday show. They don't stream on our channel, but you can find them in all the places. We'll send out links at 7 o'clock my time, that's Central Time. Weird Awakenings comes on, and then at 8 we've got part 2 of Shaman Talk, Shaman Walk with shamanic practitioner Tracy Crosby. So y'all be there, and we will see you if you are.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you once
coming.
again, Alan. That's great news. Good night, y'all. Thank you for joining
Bye,
us.
kids.
Good news.
See you next week.